Are you ready for some space-tacular news? Here it goes. China's Shenzhou 16 astronauts are not just reaching for the stars, they're turning outer space into a veggie paradise. They've been growing lettuce, cherry tomatoes, and green onions in zero gravity, and they're planning to take them to the moon and Mars. Imagine the first interplanetary salad. It's not only an historic achievement for humankind, but a delicious one too. But before we get into the details, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our amazing content. Now let's get back to the story. Have you ever wondered what China's space travelers are doing up there in their own space station, Tiangong, which means Heavenly Palace in Chinese? Well, you may be surprised to learn that they're not just enjoying the heavenly view, but also doing some gardening in space. Yes, you heard that right. They're growing lettuce, cherry tomatoes, and green onions in zero gravity, using some fancy equipment that mimics Earth's environment. They're also comparing their space veggies with the ones grown on the ground to see if there are any differences in taste, size, or shape. Maybe they're hoping to find some giant tomatoes or super spicy onions that can spice up their space meals. Or maybe they're planning to open a space salad bar and invite some other space travelers to join them for a healthy snack. The space gardeners are led by Mission Commander Jing Haipeng, who is a veteran of 4 space flights and joined by 2 rookies, Zhu Yangzhu and Gui Haichao. They had been living in Tiangong since late May, and they returned to Earth on October 31st, after handing over the keys to the next group, Shenzhou 17. But before they left, they had been busy experimenting with their space veggies, using 2 sets of specialized equipment that simulates Earth's environment. The first one started operation in June, and had reaped 4 batches of lettuce. The second one was put into operation in August for growing cherry tomatoes and green onions. The China Astronaut Research and Training Center had also set up replicas on Earth, allowing researchers to compare results and more accurately analyze divergences in how plants grow in space and on the ground. This, researchers said, was part of a long-term plan to prepare for future deep space exploration. But why are they doing this, you may ask? Is it just for fun? Or is there a deeper purpose behind their space farming? Well, according to one of the researchers, Yang Renze, this is part of a long-term plan to prepare for future deep space exploration. He says that the plants can help recycle the air and water in the space station by absorbing carbon dioxide and replacing oxygen, and by transpiring water that can be purified. He also says that the system can be applied to the Moon and Mars missions, which China is planning to do in the next decades. China wants to send 2 astronauts to the Moon before 2030, and build a moon base called the International Lunar Research Station. They also have their eyes on the Red Planet, but that is still a distant dream. But wait, China is not the only chef in town. NASA, ESA, and JAXA are all part of the Intergalactic Gardening Club. They're growing plants in space, creating cosmic gardens that are not only delicious, but also essential for future missions. NASA has been a pioneer in space farming since 2014, when they launched the Veggie system on the International Space Station. Veggie is a small chamber that uses LED lights and pillows filled with soil and fertilizer to grow leafy greens, such as lettuce, kale, and cabbage. Tomatoes, peppers, and strawberries are on NASA's menu for the future, promising not just a boost in vitamins, but also a morale boost for those millions of miles away from home. ESA is also experimenting with some space gardening, using the Eden ISS, a space greenhouse that relies on hydroponics and aeroponics to grow crops. No soil? No problem. They've got sensors, cameras, and even a robotic arm in their kitchen. The goal? Test the feasibility of space farming and develop technologies that can be used for lunar and Martian bases. JAXA is no slouch either, rocking the Cell Biology Experiment Facility on the ISS. Rice, peas, and flowers, all grown in space. They're not just creating a space garden, they're throwing parties with rice cakes for the Japanese New Year. Talk about out-of-this-world celebrations. So, space farming isn't just about growing space veggies, it's a scientific puzzle and a step towards making us interplanetary species. It's a wild ride that needs creativity, innovation, and a dash of collaboration to conquer the challenges. But hey, the payoff is huge. Fresh space salads, oxygen on tap, and maybe, just maybe, a ticket to a space colony on the moon or Mars. Now hold on to your seats because I'm about to shock you with a sudden change of topic. Forget about space farming and resurrection plants and let me tell you about the Tasmanian Devil. No, not the cartoon character, but the star that came back from the dead. This star is so weird and wild it makes zombies look boring. It exploded in a huge blast of light called a luminous fast blue optical transient, or LFBOT. That's a cool and tiring way of saying a super bright and super fast flash of blue light. These flashes are very rare and very mysterious, and scientists don't really know what causes them. And here's the interesting part. This star didn't settle for just one massive flash. It chose to dazzle us by flashing repeatedly over several months. And each flash was as bright as the first one. That's like setting off fireworks on New Year's Eve and then doing it again on Valentine's Day, and then on St. Patrick's Day, and so on. This star really baffled the astronomers who discovered it. They used 15 different telescopes to watch it and they couldn't believe their eyes. They named it AT2022TSD, which is more formal and boring than just calling it the Tasmanian Devil. Apparently they realized their mistake and they are using the Tasmanian Devil name. But why this name? Because it was so unpredictable and energetic. They said they had never seen anything like that before. In any supernova or LFBOT, it was like nothing in astronomy, and it might even reveal some secrets of the universe. The astronomers think that the flashes might be caused by a black hole or a neutron star, which are the leftovers of massive stars that die. These leftovers are very dense and very powerful, and they can shoot out jets of matter at almost the speed of light. Or maybe the flashes are caused by two black holes that collide and merge, creating a bigger and stronger black hole. These are some of the most extreme events in the cosmos, and they can teach us a lot about how stars live and die. So guys, the Tasmanian Devil is not just a crazy star, it's a cosmic puzzle and a clue to our cosmic origins. It's a challenge that needs curiosity, creativity, and collaboration to solve. But hey, the payoff is huge. A glimpse into the heart of a star, a window into the past and the future, and maybe, just maybe, a ticket to a new world. Speaking of a new world, do you wonder what would help you the most when you are in search of a new world in space? Humanoid robots! And let me tell you, they might change everything you know about space travel. Just click here to see for yourself. Oh, and if that sounded good, what about the AI that might crack the code of alien life? Yeah, we also made a video on this. Check it out. Actually, what you really need is to look at the channel and see all the unique content for yourself. You know, it would be easier for me too because every video is unique and better than the other. This is just confidence, guys, don't get me wrong. And before you go and watch these mind-blowing videos, I've got something fun to share. Are you ready? Here it is. If you enjoyed this video, please give that thumbs up button a click, share it with your friends, and become part of our space community by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. I know it might sound like a cliche, but it's a big help for us. Thanks for sticking around. See you soon for more amazing space videos.